Hi people, it's Arkham here, coming at you with yet another top 5. In today's list I will be going through my favourite third-person action games of 2013. The third-person action genre is a little difficult to define, and therefore ranking the games in any kind of order is tricky. So for this list I'll be ranking the games based on the quality of their combat.
Number 5.
Saints Row 4 transcends simply being an open world third person shooter by introducing a variety of powers that the player can use. There's telekinesis, ground strikes, elemental blasts, and super stomps. The combat in Saints Row 4 isn't necessarily well refined, however it is crazy enough to make it a lot of fun.
Number 4.
The Assassin's Creed franchise has been refining its combat ever since the beginning, and Black Flag is arguably the best it's ever been. By dual-wielding cutlasses, Kenway can cut down enemies by parrying attacks or pouncing from above. You can also make use of multiple pistols to take down several enemies at once. If you want, you can even use the hidden blade in combat, however, in my experience, there was never really a practical reason to do so.
Number 3.
Batman Arkham Origins actually has quite similar combat to AC4, however, it's the variety of gadgets that you get to use that give it an edge. The free flow style of fighting also feels incredibly smooth, and counter attacks can be performed with near perfect precision. What's more though is that there is a challenge mode dedicated to this combat system, where your scores get posted on the worldwide leaderboards. It's a great way to mindlessly kill some time.
Number 2.
I've said previously that the story of Ascension didn't quite live up to the normal God of War quality, however the combat felt better than ever before. The Blades of Chaos are great at attacking multiple foes at once. Also, the new grappling system really allows you to get up close and personal with your enemies. The trademark finishes are also a nice addition, although not for the faint of heart. Although I didn't think the boss battles were quite as entertaining as they have been in the past, they were still very good. To be honest, I don't know if they will ever top the Poseidon fight from God of War 3.
It's number 1.
Metal Gear Rising is built around its combat system, so it's no wonder that it feels so refined. The gimmick of Rising is that after gaining a certain amount of energy, you can slow down time, angle your blade, and then strike at an enemy's weak point. The combat in general is also very good, and can actually be quite challenging, especially on some of the boss fights. In fact, I have to admit, it took me quite a few attempts to take out Monsoon on my first playthrough, but once I finally beat him, it felt so satisfying. I've heard some people say that they avoided Metal Gear Rising because it seemed like too much of a departure from the Metal Gear series. While this is pretty much true, Rising is a game that should be judged on its own merits. Those were my top 5 third-person action games of 2013. Just to reiterate, the ordering of this list is based primarily on combat. For example, while I believe AC4 to be the best game overall, I felt that Metal Gear Rising had the most enjoyable combat. As always people, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.